What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 68 now of the Leeds United career mode. And to start this one, we're going to be acting upon what one of you guys said in the previous episode. I asked you guys to give me some suggestions for defensive players that you guys had in mind, because I felt as though our attack was unbelievable. And you guys also said that as well. So I was looking at it and I was thinking to myself, okay, we probably need a few more defenders. So I asked for a couple of centre-backs and whatever else defenders you guys suggested. One of them was Grimaldo that you guys suggested, and I was extremely interested in him. You can see him there, as he was actually put on our shortlist. Another one of the guys you guys suggested was actually this guy from Benfica as well, but probably not going to sign him simply because of the fact he's a right midfielder, and we actually don't need right midfielders and left midfielders, or any wingers for that matter. In my personal opinion, I think we need a few defenders, so that's why I went ahead and I shortlisted Grimaldo. And there was also a centre-back that he suggested as well. I can't quite remember what the centre-back's name was. If you guys suggested any other players before this episode, this was actually pre-recorded, so I do apologise if I haven't acted upon your suggestions in this window. Just know I've taken them on board, and I will definitely try and act upon them in the next one. And also, guys, once this career mode's done, I am going to be moving teams in this one or starting a new one. So keep your suggestions coming, because there's always next career modes and stuff like that, that even if I don't sign them in this one, obviously we could do it next time as well. It's not the end of the world. Keep suggesting, guys. I do also see every single comment that you guys leave. I try to reply to them all if I possibly can, but when the channel starts to grow a little bit bigger and you guys start coming in with more and more comments on these episodes, it becomes increasingly difficult for me to reply to every single one. So just know I have read your comments and I have seen them, and I do take them on board as well. Any suggestions of players that you guys give me as well is incredible, and I do take them on board as well. So they will be added to our shortlist. Anyone you guys suggest in the next two episodes will not be already done. I think we've actually in the deadline date at the end of this episode, so I won't unfortunately be able to sign any suggestions you leave on this video or on the previous couple of videos, as they were already pre-recorded. So I do apologise for that, but there's always the January transfer window, and I have saved a little bit of money. We do have a big name player coming in the next episode, so look out for that one as well. Without spoiling it too much, I am very excited with the signing that we make in tomorrow's episode of Career Mode. But to kick today's episode off as well, we took on Sunderland for the first game of today, and Januzaj gets off to the perfect start in a Leeds United shirt. The former Manchester United man, 11 minutes in, slides in at the back post to make it Sunderland 0, Leeds United 1, and in all honesty, guys, we were controlling this game from minute one. This team that we have here with Leeds are just so good on the ball. With possession of the ball, we just don't look like losing it. And on top of that as well, we have a number of goal scorers in this team, and I'm thoroughly excited for the Champions League this season. I think we can go far in it. I think as well, in terms of our title defence, we have a big team to be able to do it with as well. So we may not go unbeaten, or unbeaten as long as we did last season, but once the Champions League starts coming in, you know, Premier League games are going to become a little bit more tough because we'll have to rotate teams and stuff. You can see Joe Green as well, looking for a better season than what he had last season. Obviously, the first season that he came into Leeds United was his debut year. He had an absolute stormer in that championship, and then he came into the Premier League, had an alright season in the second one, and then had a really poor one last one for us. But he is 90 rated now, and it looks as if he will be our strongest player in this Leeds United team. I don't know if he's 90 rated in this episode, but I can tell you, we do have a 90 rated player. If it's not this episode, it's definitely next. So finally, we've hit that 90 rated elite player status, and you can see Anwar picking up where he left off. It's just so easy for Anwar El Ghazi. Januzaj now with a goal and assist as well. He's playing out of his mind today in this one against Sunderland, but you know, this should be a comfortable victory for us. No disrespect to Sunderland, they're going to be struggling this year. They struggled last year as well. Obviously, we beat them 2-0 in that EFL Cup final, after Emre Moore and Remy got the goals for us. But Anwar El Ghazi makes it to there, picking up from the Golden Boot that he won last year. He's just got off to an absolute flyer, along with the likes of Anthony Martial and people like that. But 79 minutes in, Sunderland actually struck the post. A very good effort from their man, driving it along the floor. Leno didn't have it covered, came back off the post. I was very happy to see it come back off the post there. 85th minute though, Joel Green cuts back inside here, gives it into the path of Jan into Anthony Martial. Martial once more to Adnan Januzaj. Acres of space for the left midfielder, and he picks his spot with a driven shot right into that bottom corner. Lovely finish in the end from the number 37 to make it Leeds United 3, Sunderland 0, and we were cruising in this one. I have to say as well, I asked you guys to leave me some comments in terms of the players, you know, numbers that you wanted to see at the club. A few of you guys have suggested a couple of numbers, so I'll change them. Not next episode, it'll be the episode after that, so it'll probably be episode number 70. We'll be changing them, and I'll try and do it and remember off the top of my head. I think Emre Moore, when you guys suggested to put him at number 9 and give Anthony Martial the number 7 shirt. So that was one of the suggestions as well, and I ask you guys to keep leaving them, because obviously we've got all of our new signings here at ridiculous squad numbers. So if I can remember, I'll try and change them all over, and I'll show you what we actually gave them in terms of kits. But it would be very interesting in real life if this was the case, because obviously everybody who's bought a kit already for Leeds in real life would then have to get the numbers changed. So yeah, it wouldn't happen in real life. They'd already have the squad numbers. But we're not that capable here at Ellen Road, because I just don't do squad numbers when I should be doing them. But That's down to me. I should have really remembered to do him way back at the start of the season, but I forgot. So yeah, leave me some comments, like I said, as to who you want to see wearing what shirt this season. I want to keep Anwar as number 10. I want to keep Ericsson as number 31. And I want to keep Leno as, and it was Leno number 18? I think he's 18. I think Leno's 18. But other than that, anyone you guys want me to change the number of, I will be happy to do so as well. I want to give someone who's deserved of that number 11 the same shirt that Mesut Ozil wears for Arsenal. You can see here, I'm actually making an offer. Alejandro Grimaldo from Benfica. I decided to offer £500,000, and on top of that, a swap deal for De Siglio. He's actually an 83 overall left back as well, but he's a few more, years on top of Grimaldo, so I wasn't expecting them to accept this. However, the counter offer that they come back with is just too ridiculous of a counter offer. They wanted De Siglio and like £30 million. That's just ridiculous. I mean, they already suggested 35.5 for the signing of Grimaldo, but then they wanted 30 million plus De Siglio, which is just mental, because De Siglio alone is worth about 14 million, which is just, I don't quite know where the maths is coming from for that one, but I took De Siglio out of the deal, said I'll give you 20.5 million for the left backs. I do want a strong left back here. De Siglio is very good, but he can play on both sides, so I decided to use him as like I said, a bit of a relief player, I guess you could call it, in terms of that one, because he can play it right, he can play it left, and obviously we've got Pereira who can come into centre back if we need it. And I do believe as well we can obviously have Joe Gomez playing centre-back, because he used to play there for a former club before he moved over to Liverpool. I think he's actually played centre-back for Liverpool as well. So Joe Gomez can always move into that left the centre-back spot as well if we need it. So we have a nice bit of cover. But I do want to make one signing in the next episode, and you'll see it coming up, because it isn't going to be in tomorrow's episode. And it's going to be a big centre-back who is going to take us up to that next level in terms of defending. So we've picked up a 3-0 victory here against Nottingham Forest in the EFL Cup. All the cup games this season will be simmed. The reason for that is until I go out of the Champions League, you guys are going to have so much gameplay to look through in terms of the Premier League and the Champions League as well. So I don't want to keep giving you guys, cup gameplay when we've got Champions League as well to come. If we get knocked out of the Champions League, I will show you the cup. But for now, we will be seeing all the cup games. You can see here as well, another offer here for Grimaldo, as the offer was in fact declined. 28.5 million. They're surely not going to decline that one. That's a big offer for someone who's only 83 rated. And you can see as well, Divock Origi, an offer from Arsenal here for the striker. I decided to counter offer and say 45 million, because right now, guys, my team's too good. I don't really know what I need to strengthen. So even if I was to sell Origi, I probably wouldn't be able to buy anybody else, because anybody that comes into the team simply wouldn't get in. Anwar's just too good up front. We've got Anthony Martial, who's playing wonderfully well as well. You can see we offer a contract to Grimaldo there, £25,000 a week to come in and be our starting left back here at Ellen Road. Transfer offer for Bernard Leno from actually Benfica, the team that we are actually negotiating Grimaldo's contract over. We declined that instantly because Leno is definitely not moving, and then Arsenal came back and said they'll give us 39 for Origi, which was still a good offer, and I would have taken it if I needed the money, like I said, and I decided to just counter offer it again and just say 44. If he went for that, I'd be happy and we'd be able to sign a new player, but at the same time, I wasn't really interested in getting rid of him, because at this point, I was sort of thinking if I keep my team here, I'll be happy for the next upcoming season. Because we did make a first signing of the window, which was Alejandro Grimaldo from Benfica. So when you guys suggested that, we acted upon it, and I want to thank you for that suggestion as well. It's a beast player to suggest, and we've got our hands on him. So he's going to come in and be our starting left back. I think he actually starts this game here against Swansea, coming up on his debut, which is pretty good to see as well. So it looks like he's going to make an instant performance or an instant appearance here for this Leeds United team, which is very good as well, because obviously we've got a number of players who can come in and do a job for us, and Alejandro Grimaldo adds to that list. So a very good signing there to kick this transfer window off. It's very deep into it, actually, that we finally made a first signing for actual cash in terms of that one. We've made a couple of signings already. Well, a few signings actually on pre-contract. So now we've made a number, our first signing for actual transfer fee there for 28.5 million we actually paid for him. We've obviously got the big signing to come in tomorrow's episode, so make sure you come back for that one. I cannot wait to show you who he actually picked up. It's going to be a very controversial signing, let me put it that way, because the team that we signed the player from wouldn't let him go in real life to Ellen Road, put it that way. So it's going to be a very, very interesting one. You guys probably can guess who it's going to be from me giving you that little hint there. If you can guess, leave a comment down below. And if you get it right, you'll be absolutely OGs. But you probably won't get it right. Other than that, I cannot wait to show you that in tomorrow's episode. But the second and final game of today's episode came against Swansea City. Again, should be quite comfortable for us. It's a game, again, in which we should be controlling with this Leeds United team. We've got such a good team here that I don't think Swansea should cause us a problem in terms of that one. And in all honesty, they didn't cause me a problem. And 6 minutes in, Ericsson almost off to the perfect start. This guy's unbelievable. You guys know how good he's been for us. Strikes one against the woodwork, and unfortunately we were 1-0 to the good there. 19 minutes in, Swansea actually did cause me a bit of danger. Lovely passing move from them. Gets the them into a position to be able to take a strike on. Great little touches in and around my penalty area, but Bernard Leno, simple save for the high-quality goalkeeper. And into the 27th minute we went. Emre Can picking up the ball in Swansea's half. It comes to Christian Eriksen, who's on the edge of the area, as per usual, in that good position where he always likes to be. Brought down in the penalty area by Jordi Ama, and we say thank you very much. We'll take that penalty kick, and it's a red card for the Spanish defender. So very good to see the fact that we've managed to pick up ourselves a penalty. But you guys know I simply cannot score penalties this year in FIFA. So again, likelihood of this one is that it's either going to end up in the back of the net, it's either going to end up with a poor penalty by me, or it's going to end up in the stands, which, you know, there's three outcomes there. Chances are it's going to end up in the stands or in the goalkeeper's gloves. The chances of me hitting the back of the net from this penalty kick is just, no, there's no chance. And you can see there, again, I miss another one. Yeah, you've guessed it. If we ever go to penalties in the Champions League, guys, you can safely say we've probably lost. And that's just, you know, me being actual truthful with you guys, because I just cannot seem to score penalties this year in FIFA. And I had genuinely thought that this game was going to be one of those games in FIFA where you do everything to try and score, and I just, you know, wouldn't be able to. And Swansea frustrated me for the entirety of this game up until the second half. And it was one of those games where I felt as though I just was not going to score, and Swansea would get one chance to score. I mean, Eriksen here smashes one off a deflection, of course, onto the bar. And at this point, that's when I'm thinking, you know, I'm just not going to score today. This is going to be a 0-0 draw. And Swansea are going to frustrate me, and that was looking like it could be the case here, because again, we have another chance here with Divock Origi getting into the penalty area, almost brought down for yet another penalty kick, squares it into Emre Moore, and Emre Moore doesn't even hit the target. So at that point, I was genuinely thinking, well, this game's going to go so well. But 58 minutes in, Emre Moore in the box, spins the defender, takes a strike on, and it falls to the man who missed the penalty kick to put the ball in the back of the net. And in 58 minutes, Anthony Martial gets us underway here at Ellen Road. It was a very tough game. Swansea frustrated me, got men behind the ball, tried to defend the lead, or tried to defend the draw, sorry. But thankfully, it took 60 minutes, but we got ourselves the breakthrough, and it came out the hands of the new hero here at Ellen Road. And 69 minutes in, it got even better for us. Divock Origi into Eriksen. Eriksen sees the run of Martial being made. Martial's got a lot of pace, obviously, takes on Fernandes, and there's no chance of Fernandes ever catching Martial here. And he goes into a position, I take the low-driven shot on. Not good by Fabianski, but I'll take that every day of the week. As Leeds United 2, Swansea 0, 72 minutes into this game, and Martial again with the goal, getting us off to a very, very good 3 points here if I could hold on to this, because I felt as though Swansea were basically trying to frustrate me for the majority of this game, and they got men behind the ball. At this point, though, they had to commit a few men forward because it meant otherwise they would be losing the game, of course. But when you're down to 10 men, you simply cannot leave holes at the back, and that's what exactly they did there as Martial exploits it again. There was, however, time for a third in the game, an 89th minute into this one. Eriksen into the path of Emre Moore. Moore just got so much pace. I think he's got 99 sprint speed or something crazy like that in this career mode so far. Again, low-driven shot. You guys know how it is. Into that bottom corner. Fabianski, although he conceded 3 on the day, was very, very good in the Swansea goal for them, but he couldn't keep us out in the long run. And down 10 men, Swansea were ripped open in the second half to give us 3 points in this one. It was a comfortable 3-0 win in the end, but it didn't look that way in the first half because we had a very, very tough opposition in Swansea City here. They got behind the ball in that first half and made it very difficult, but second half we came out from the team talk and did the job here at Ellen Road. So again, another 3 points and a very good one at that. Other than that, we are coming towards the end of this episode. If you have enjoyed, smash that like button. As always, subscribe if you never want to miss an upload. I upload at 4 PM and 6 PM UK time every single day. So yeah, subscribe for that. Tomorrow's episode will be the transfer deadline day, and we will have that big name signing coming into the team, so make sure you check that one out. You do not want to miss it. Other than that, I have been Danny, and hope you enjoyed, and I'm out. Adios.